Hey everybody, welcome to your Sunday Ask Susan Sunday Live. For creatives, for seekers, for those of you who are asking for a joy-filled and fulfilling life, for a life that's more spiritual, for a life that is more in touch with who you truly be. If that's you, you've come to the right place. Today we're going to be asking questions about how engaged are you in your own life? Right? There's so much going on, there's so much being thrown at us, there's so much being tugged at us, there's so much displacement everywhere in every sense of the word that I had to ask myself, how engaged am I in what I'm doing, what I'm creating? 2021 is coming on in, right? Am I willing to take an aerial view of how I'm creating and who I'm creating with and ask some questions? And that's what we're playing with today. So if you are new to Ask Susan Sunday, come on in, tell us where you're from. If you're watching later, hashtag replay and tell me what you thought, what your thoughts were. This is not a dialogue or monologue, it's a conversation. And it's a conversation that we have every Sunday right here on Congruent Living. So, my questions for you are, I'm just going to check in with the algorithms and see if I'm getting everybody that's coming on in. I wonder what else is possible. If you're in, just say, hi, I'm in. So I know that everything is working as it should be. Yay, thanks so much. Cool. So, thank you, Erica. That's all I needed to know. Yay, awesome. So, we're playing with some things today. What I became aware of with my clients as we roll into 2021 is you know, a lot of you know I offer laser coaching once a year, and a lot of those people who've been with me for this last year, we're kind of looking over what it is that they've created, how have they created it, where would they like to go next, and are they truly engaged in what they said that they were asking to create? Hey Trisha, hey Erica. So the question I have for you is, are you willing to take a breath? Yeah. Do you know what I just found out this morning? I get up at 3 in the morning and I generally listen to something that inspirational, something I might have signed up for, a talk or that I haven't had a chance to listen to during the day. And one of the things that I heard and I thought, wow, that kind of feels light. That is that when you inhale, you know, people often say before you meditate or if you're just being still, inhale and exhale through the mouth. Well, when you actually do that, it creates a different sensation in all your muscles. It lowers your shoulders and it lets go of that fight or flight that we often have when we go into something new. When we go into meditation, it gets rid of the hi Haresh, it gets rid of that monkey mind, that chatter. Just so try it, you know, just take a big breath in and exhale through your mouth. Kind of works for me. Anyway, just thought I'd pass that along. The reason why I offered that to you right now is I'd like you to take an aerial view of your life and living. And when I say take an aerial view, it does require for you to lower your barriers. It does require for you to just expand out. And then from that space of no judgment, ask yourself, what is it that I'm creating with? And am I truly engaged in what I'm creating and how I'm creating, right? So how do you know if you're truly engaged? Because you can ask yourself, what is it that I'm focusing on? What is it I'm focusing on today? What is it that I'm focusing on for the next hour, day, month? What is it that I'm asking to create? And again, when you feel yourself getting contracted, just take another breath, right? And just take a look at it and ask yourself some other questions. Is being engaged with this, does this bring me joy? Does it create more of me? Because we're always shifting, we're always changing, and we never stop living life, right? We think we do when we go into the distractions, when we go into blame, shame, regret, guilt, or the suffering. Hey, Sonali. That's a behavior pattern that we bought into. It doesn't actually create more. It doesn't create greater. It still creates. And that's why I was saying, you're always creating, right? So take an aerial view again. of what you're creating and how you're creating, and ask yourself, what is it that I'm focusing on? Does this bring me joy? Right? What does this that I'm focusing on mean to me? What does it mean to me? You know, if you're creating with people or with an entity, because anything we create is an entity that actually isn't bringing you joy, that isn't creating what you're asking for, whether it's a better relationship, whether it's more money flows coming in, you know, whether it's working with your body in a different way, whatever that is creating in that way, the way that you're creating, bring you joy. You know, happiness follows joy, right? So it's about being present with all of that. Hey, Dilpreet, welcome, welcome. So again, I'm going to repeat these questions. What is it that I'm focusing on? And what does that mean to me? You know, what does that mean to me? So if you're locked in a job that, when you say, what does it mean to me? Well, it means I get to pay my bills. Well, would you like to create greater than that? Right? Because that's an end zone. And what else is what else is possible? What other ways do you have in creating? What's easy for you that we could play with and create with, and let the universe know you'll have more of that, right? And rather than a joyless way of doing things, right? Because part of being engaged in your life and your living is letting the universe know what brings you joy, right? So what is it that I'm focusing on? What does it mean to me? Right? Well, if it means that you are A, B, C, and D, is there another way to be with that brings you a larger, greater, hey Lola, space for you to engage and play in? It's a big question. It's not something that we can cover quickly on a 20-minute call. I wanted to put it out there to you. I wanted to kind of plant the seeds for you, because this is so important. It's not about what it is that you're doing. It's what does it mean to you, right? We're often taught in this world to go on automatic, like, okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and then and well, I did it all. Are you happy? No, but I did it all. This is what you asked me to do. You notice how we tend to turn what isn't working with us, for us, into a blame, right? That's where we go into that suffering, right? So does what you're creating mean suffering to you, right? Lola, morning, beautiful. Hey, Tessa. So true, Tessa said. Yeah. Because suffering is a creation. It's not, you can't buy a pound of suffering at the store, right? When we go into to that space of, so what does this mean to me, right? Am I going to create more with this, or am I willing to let it go? You know, I'm a big proponent of, again, taking that aerial view, taking a breath, exhaling, lowering all your barriers. Are you willing to let this go, right? If you're not, then ask yourself, okay, so what does that mean to me? Because only you know, nobody else knows. So, as this is not a dialogue or monologue, it's a conversation, come on in with your questions, any aha moments, right? This is something that I've been actually playing with myself in changing the way that I'm creating with my business and changing the way that I'm creating with my team. What does this person mean to me? What does working with this person mean to me? What does what I'm creating mean to me? Does it mean more or less? You know, there was a time. Thanks, Erica. I'm going to get to your question in a minute. There was a time when I was traveling all around the world, facilitating classes, meeting new people, and it actually opened up my whole world of the capacities that we all have with bodies, with energy, with everything. I had always traveled. I was hitchhiking when I was 16 around the world. I had a job in Norway picking apples, in Israel milking cows, in Spain being a social animator. That was in Norway. I was also running a mountain station. It's in Israel. I was also a cleaning lady for a hotel. It was like, oh yeah, what is this? Ooh, what is this? What can I do with it? Right? Ooh, I can actually have an adventure here. Oh, what do I require? I require some money. Okay, what jobs are available for me here that would be fun for me to do? Because nothing's permanent, everything changes. That's when you're willing to take an aerial view of your life and say, okay, now what would I like to play with and who would I like to play with, right? I think I kind of went off. In French, we say off-piste when you're cross-country skiing and you go off the track. But I will look at Erica's question now. Thank you, Erica. So, Erica, is there a difference in daydreaming, fantasizing, thinking about something versus creating and assessing what it means to me? Yes. So, cool. I'm going to go backwards first, right? So it's not about assessing. It's more about, assessing feels like, it's more about really being in the question, right? Because it's not about digging up crap. It's more about, so if this, does this bring me joy, right? Will this bring the income that I'm asking for, right? It's always about being in the question to let the universe know you're going forward. So if that's your point of view about assessing, that's awesome, right? I love that. If for people listening to this, your point of view about assessing is to make a list of and just go through everything that doesn't work, it doesn't create anything greater. It can give you an awareness only if you're willing to go to the other side, which is, okay, now what else is possible? Yeah. Hey, Parita, welcome. So, is there, hi, Parita. Is there a difference between daydreaming and fantasizing? Yes. Okay, and thinking about something versus creating. So, here's the deal on creating. It requires an action. What's my first step? Right? When we daydream and fantasize, we're often in a place where we're stopping ourselves. So instead of daydreaming or fantasizing, and Erica, you've had a private session with me, so you can pop in and be aware of this information and from a different, as having been worked with me from a different point of view. But what is it you'd like to create a year from now? Right? What's your target? Well, one of my targets is to have a retreat here in Vermont, a weekend retreat. So then I can say, okay, that's over here. So I can close my eyes, I can take a deep breath, exhale, and be in that space of what that's like for me. I can taste it, I can get a sense of it, and then I can ask myself, what's required? I can go this way, from the future right into the present, and so what's required in order to act with that? Because I've already activated it. I've already told the universe, this is not just a fantasy, this is something I would like to create. And every day I sit with that and put my attention into what I'm asking to create as a retreat here. So then I chunk it down and I say, so what's required? Well, I would actually have to get out there. That I'm doing with Ask Susan Sunday. So grateful for all of you showing up. I'd have to start letting people know what it's like to work with me. That I'm doing with the laser coaching. And for all of you who would like to get in on the laser coaching special that's offered this week, I offer it once a year, right before Christmas. It's my gift to you. It's unlimited laser coaching. And we get into it for 15 minutes, and it's your call. Whenever you want to meet with me, you have my calendar and you set it up and off we go, right? And it's amazing, and it gives people that space and to actually know that I have their back, and they set their targets when we first meet. We first meet for 30 minutes, and then off we go, 15 minutes, as many sessions as they want. It's unlimited. If it's interesting to you, I only have 8 spaces because there's only so much of me to go around for that laser coaching. Get on in, press hashtag hell yes I'm in, and I will contact you with the details. It's for people who are asking to shift and change, right? It's like that fast. Every week we meet. It's up to them. So that's the difference between just being in a daydream and a fantasy. I wish that could happen, right? Fantasies are often a distraction. Daydreaming is often a distraction. There's a difference between leaving your body and space traveling and coming back and being told you're a daydreamer, right? That's what I was told. My mom used to say, Earth to Susan, come on back. Well, I wasn't here, right? So the difference between daydreaming and fantasying, and you just said it, because creating it's a movement, right? So What is it that's required for me to get what I'm asking for a year from now, 6 months from now? Go out 6 months from now. What is it that you'd have to let go of? Take an aerial view of your life and living. Just, it's not about, oh, I have to do, right? It's more like, what are you committed to? You know, we've talked about being committed. We've committed to you. What does committed to you look like? That's part of being engaged with you. Are you willing to commit to being present? Now, when you're committing to being present, you're letting the universe know, okay, let's go, right? That's a forward motion. Fantasy and daydreaming can often be a backward motion. Right? That's not for us, creatives and seekers. We're interested in saying, here's what is, here's where I'd like to go, what is it that I need to let go of to be in the flow of creation on a daily basis? What I would say, Erica, what are you willing to commit to? And for everybody who's listening, on a daily basis, right? That lets the universe know that you're partners, right? That resounds to the inner being in you that's already here, that has everything here for you, right? It's all here for you. Yeah. Erica, let me know how that works for you. Yep. And for anybody else that's asking, can I see some hearts and thumbs up? Are we in the right zone here? That's being truly engaged in what you're doing. Erica, brilliant. Yes, it feels like stopping cool. Tessa, I've been playing with this the last few weeks. Awesome, Tessa. And started getting clear about doing what I love and what brings me joy. Yay. Another wonderful client of mine. Thank you, Tessa. I love it. Yay. Cool. That's brilliant. Any other questions? We're reaching kind of the end of this time frame with the Ask Susan Sundays. Erica, yes, it feels backward. Thank you. The commitment piece makes so much more sense. It does. Thank you, Erica. The thing is, if you're willing to be engaged in your life and living, you are committed. You know, what is your foundation? We talk a lot about that with laser coaching. What is your foundation? Are you willing to commit and be engaged with what brings you joy, right? Self-care. That's engaging with you and your body and your being and your spirit. Are you willing to play with all of those together, right? Yeah. Erica, yes, it feels backward. Thank you. The commitment piece makes so much sense. Awesome. Cool. Yeah. I adore you all. Thank you so much for coming in. And again, if you're listening later, #replay. And I would love to play with you with our very special, that's only open at this time of year. It's the Congruent Living Laser Unlimited Coaching that I offer at this time of year. It's my gift to you. And if it's interesting for you, if you want to, if you're one of those people that likes to go fast, in terms of not being pushed, but in terms of awareness and perception. If you already have a sense that you'd like to commit to you for 2021, press #hell yeah, I'm in, and I will contact you with the details. Thank you, Prita. Thank you, Erica. Tessa, well, opportunities have been coming from different places since I let go of something that I wasn't enjoying. Yay, Tessa. Awesome. That's brilliant. That's wonderful. Okay. Thank you all so much. Have a brilliant Sunday. Again, this offer is good for this week. We're closing the gates on, closing the doors on Friday at midnight. It's something I offer once a year, and it's unlimited laser coaching. If you have questions, if you're interested, press #I'm in, and I will contact you with the details. We'll have a call, we'll have a conversation, and see actually what is it that you're willing to let go of, that you're asking for to change. And just having those, knowing somebody has your back, that's me, and willing to come in and have laser coaching every time you require it for the next 6 months. What could that look like? What could that look like for you? I wonder what else is possible. All right, I adore you all. Live boldly. Live boldly, right? Somebody who lives boldly is somebody who's willing to be engaged in their life, to own it, right? Love greatly. Love greatly has to do with appreciation and gratitude, right? If you're not in gratitude for who you be and what you be and how you're creating, if you're not appreciating everything that you've created that's around you, that's in you, that's in all the quantum fields, you're not actually loving you and your life and your living. And it's that loving, it's that being from an open heart that creates greater. And be that fearless leader you came here to be, because the world needs more of you and your special sauce, not less. Have an amazing, amazing day. And check out the Unlimited Laser Coaching. It just might be what you require. Bye-bye.